So sitting. So let's start with our legs out. Let's start with our legs out straight, or let's start with them bent a bit actually. So we're going to work on making sure on the neutral spine thing. So start with your legs bent. So leaning your body forward. So I'm bringing my tummy onto my thighs. So I'm really closing this area here down and pulling onto my, I can hold onto my feet, I can hold onto my calves, whatever, and I can pull myself forward and have my back just nice and rounded, just rounded. So really push out at that waistband area. So you're really stretching and curving there. And then bring your chest sort of towards your shins more, so your upper back is a bit more straighter. So tilt forwards onto your front, both of you come onto your front bottoms more, so you're really tilting that pelvis forward. So can you bend your knees a little bit more? Can you bend your knees more, Jane? So this is a restriction in the hip, there you go. And then pull the hip bone onto those thighs, so you're closing that joint down. Good, and then sit yourself up nice and tall, holding onto your knees, hold onto the front of your knees and pull yourself forward so you're on the balance point of those seat bones. Roll those shoulders up to the ears and back and down, and then take your hands away and just rest them on the floor. So resting your hands on the floor, push off those hands and push forward onto that front bottom. I don't mind what your knees do. If they fall out, maybe let them fall out to the side. And bring that chest, so we're really pushing that thoracic spine up and forwards, really forward onto that front bottom. Breathing in, breathing out. Take your hands off the floor, put them on the knees, and now curl that back backwards. So let yourself open at your hips. Yeah, so look at me, Jane, roll onto your tailbone and push backwards here with the tummy. So we're stretching through all of those muscles of that lower back. And then holding on those knees, pull yourself forward onto the top of your seat bones and then all the way forwards. Hold behind your thighs, pulling up, stretching that chest up high. And then leaning yourself right forward towards those, bringing that hip bone onto those thighs. Good, breathing in, breathing out. So rather than come back up to straight. So rather than, it looks to me more, Jane, that you are bending at your waist going forward and then at your waist to go back. I want you to move your bum on the floor. So you rock at the seat bone and you bend here at the leg joint. So I go forwards there. Yes, so I think it's your hip that's restricting as opposed to hamstrings. Good, and then coming up tall and then opening that up. So we arching back. I don't know if you can see my body. Okay, and holding on and arching back. Good, sit up nice and tall. Take that left hand on the right knee, right hand behind, lift and turn. Turning, looking over that right shoulder. Really pushing that body around. And then face the front. And then put the right hand on the left knee, left hand behind, and lift and turn, turning yourself around to the right, looking over that right shoulder. Breathing in, breathing out. And then come back round to the front, hands on the legs. Soften your knees, we've only just started Miracle. Lean yourself forward, pulling forward onto that front hip, onto the tummy. Let that head nice and loose. Breathing in, breathing out, pulling yourself down. And then just try to push those knees down to the floor a bit and get a bit more stretch in the hamstrings. So push the right knee a bit, push the left knee, push the right knee, push the left knee. And then peel yourself up nice and vertical. And again, put the left hand on the right knee, right hand behind and turn. And then face the front and put the right hand on the left knee, left hand behind and turn the other way. Okay, roll those shoulders up to the ears, back and down. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, back and down, and grab your roller. So today we're working more on the neutral spine, Marie-Claude, on getting the upper back way more mobile and the lower back more able to support. So taking that roller and leaning onto those bottom ribs, breathing in, breathing out, open by pushing the chest up, taking the head down and stretching, pushing that breastbone up and let that back relax. Reaching that breastbone up and then bring the chin into the chest and bring yourself back up. And then move that roller up a bit higher. Take your head in your hands if you need. Breathing in. So if you don't want to let that head go all the way back to the floor, I want you to stretch your chest up. Push the chest up and let the head come down. And then bring that head back up. And then move that roller up towards the shoulders again. Breathing in. On the out breath, pushing that chest up, letting that head come down, opening. And then lifting the bum off the ground, we're just going to move the roller down through those ribs, down to the bottom ribs, and then back up through the middle of the back, up to the top of the back, to the shoulders. And then breathing out, taking it back down, really opening that chest, lifting that breastbone up high. And then coming back down. And then just weight yourself on the left side and lift the right side up a little bit. And then back to the center. And then just weight yourself on the right side and lift the left side up a bit. And then back to center. And then stretching, head on the floor, bum on the floor if you can. And then lifting that head back up. Lift yourself off that roller. Good, well done, good one. Okay, move that roller out of the way. So legs out nice and straight. Hands on the floor behind. So we're just going to encourage that bend again. Push that chest forward, soften those knees and push that chest forward, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Lift your chin up high and really squeeze in that upper back. And then release. Hands on the legs. So we're going to roll ourselves forwards again. Soften the knees and pull that tummy right onto those thighs. So I'm right forward on my front bottom with my pelvis. Right forwards. And then push those knees down into the ground. Push the right knee, push the left knee. Keeping pulled forward. And then sit up nice and tall. Right, left hand on right knee, right hand behind, turning. And then back to the front. And then right hand on left knee, left hand behind, turning the other way. And back to the front. And bringing those arms up to horizontal, breathing in. And on the out breath, rolling down to the floor, down to flat. Bring those arms straight over the head. Reach those fingers from the toes and stretch. And let your tummy lift up. And let the back lift up off the floor. So I'm pushing my shoulders, the tops of my shoulders into the ground and my tailbone into the ground. And flatten the back on the floor, bring those arms up into the air. Bring those arms back down by your side. And just slide those fingers under the top of your leg. Breathing in. On the out breath, roll those shoulders into the floor and push off the elbows and lift that chest, pushing the breastbone up to the sky and flaring those ribs. Breathing in. Stretch those ribs and then breathing out, lower that back flat onto the floor. Bring that left knee in, bring that right knee in, and then hug those knees to the nose and release. Hug those knees to the nose and release. Push that left leg on the floor and take it out straight. Take that right leg out straight. Slide your fingers under your bum. Breathing in. And on the out breath, push off the elbows and lift that chest up high. So we're really stretching through that upper thoracic area. Really breathing in. Fill the lungs up with air. Push off those elbows. Push the breastbone up higher and then release. And bring that right knee in and then bring the left knee in and bring the nose to the knees. And release. And bring the nose to the knees. And hug up. See if you can get those thighs right down on your tummy. Really pull those in, yes. Yeah, so here I've got my thighs, my knees are on my chest. So I think it's your hips. Yeah, there you go, Jane. Good. Really try and get that hip joint bending. And then release. Pop those feet on the floor. Put those legs out straight. Slide your fingers under your bum, breathing in. And on the out breath, push off the elbows and lift up onto the top of the head, breathing in. Breathing out, push the chest up to the sky, push those toes away, squeeze those shoulder blades together, lifting that breastbone up high, squeezing, big breath in, fill the lungs up with air, big breath out, push those shoulders together under your back and then lower down to the floor, lower down to flat, breathing in, bring the left knee in, bring the right knee in, hug those knees into the chest, so try to get your thighs on your belly, on your chest. So you can lift your knees or you can lift your feet up so that you have, it's not all a knee bend. And you lift those, bring those thighs in. Bring the nose up to the knees. Good, so this is getting those hips working. Release, take that right foot to the floor, left foot to the floor, take the arms over the head, straighten those legs. Push those fingers away from you. Arch that back up off the floor and then bring the arms to the sky and bring them back down by your side. One more round. Slide those fingers under your bottom, breathing in. Push off those elbows and lift up onto the top of your head. Breathing in, push that breastbone up high, squeeze those shoulder blades together, breathing out. Breathing in. Fill those lungs up with air, spread those ribs, breathing out. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and push the breastbone up high. Release that back down to the floor. Bring that left knee in. Bring that right knee in. Pull those thighs onto the chest. Let the tailbone lift up off the floor. Bring the nose up to the knees. So we've got the bend in that lower back. Now try to push that tailbone down to the floor and feel that the knees rock away from the chest. And now release and let the tailbone lift off the floor and pull those thighs into the chest. Now extend the tailbone down to the floor and feel the thighs come away from the chest. Lift the feet up away from the bum and take those arms out like a scarecrow. Breathing in, on the out breath, drop the knees over to the left. Now, if this is too hard, Marie-Claude, put your feet on the floor. Turn the eyes to the right. So now we're going to bring the legs up. You can leave the feet on the floor, bring those knees over to the right-hand side and turn the eyes left. Push those hands away from each other, push those knees down to the ground. Breathing in, breathing out. You want to make it a little more challenging. As you lift the legs up and over, you have the feet off the floor. All the way up, all the way over to the left, turn the eyes to the right, push those hands away. Breathing in, breathing out, push those hands away. And then lifting those knees up and bring them all the way over to the other side, turning the eyes to the left. Push those fingers away from each other. Pushing those knees down to the floor. Sorry, I've got my knees. Yeah, my knees are to the right, my eyes are to the left. Bring those knees back up to center. Bring those arms down by the side. So we're going to mobilize that lower back. Lift the toes up off the ground, breathing in. Flatten the back into the floor, clench the bum, breathing out. Push off the heels. Lift that tailbone up to the sky, leading with the pubic bone. Keep that tummy button from arching the lower back. So keep those ribs pulled sort of down towards the floor so my back ends up straight. I'm not arching in my lower back. I'm clenching with my bum and I'm trying to push my pubic bone as high to the sky as I can, keeping my back straight. Push those fingers down to the heels. Breathing in, on the out breath, lower that vertebra one at a time down to the ground. All the way down, arch the back at the bottom. So we're just mobilizing the spine and the hip flexors will restrict this. So breathing in, on the out breath, flatten the back, clench the bum, Push those heels in the floor. Lead with that pubic bone all the way up as high as you can. Balls of the feet are off the ground. Breathing in, breathing out. Keeping those hips up high. Breathing in, breathing out. The out breath. Release the vertebra one at a time, all the way down to the ground, and arch the back at the bottom. Breathing in, push through the heels, clench through the bum. Lift that pubic bone high off the ground. Keep that back straight. Balls of the feet and toes are off the ground. Breathing in, and then lowering all the way back down to the floor, arch the back at the bottom. Okay, bring those knees up off the feet off the ground, knees above the body. Take the arms out like a scarecrow, and we just loosen up by dropping the legs to the left, eyes to the right. Breathing in, breathing out, stretch the hands away. Bring those legs up. You can keep the feet on the floor and pivot if you want, or you keep the feet off the ground. Turn the eyes to the left and turn those legs to the left, pushing those fingers away from each other. Breathing in, breathing out. And then bring those knees back up to center. Push those legs out straight. Take those arms over the head, reach and stretch. And then breathing in, and on the out breath, hands up to the sky, chin into the chest, grab your rope if you need, mum, and roll yourself all the way back up to sitting. Hands on those thighs, bend the knees up, pull the body forwards onto the thighs and reach those fingers forwards. Breathing in, breathing out. Sit up nice and tall, holding onto the thighs. We're going to stretch through those hips. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Holding onto the thighs, so I'm sitting on my middle bottom. So I'm going to lengthen my left leg out to straight. I'm going to hold my right leg, let the knee drop down to the side and put that right foot on the left knee. I'm going to put my right hand on my right knee and push that right knee down to the floor. Holding it there, I'm going to push this right knee up into the right hand and resist it. I'm not going to let it move. I'm holding it in a stretched position and I'm tensing the muscle in that position. So breathing in, breathing out. Release, release the push up, but stretch the hand and push it down further. Hold it in that down position. Now push that knee up into the hand without moving the hand. So you take the leg into stretch, you engage the muscle, you release the muscles engagement and you stretch further. So we're going to release the muscles engagement, breathing in, breathing out, push on that right hand and take that leg further to the floor. Breathing in, on the out breath, push that knee up into the hand. Hold those shoulders back and down, breathing in. On the out breath, release the engagement, push that right knee down towards the floor and you'll feel it goes down inch or millimeter by millimeter. Hold it there one last time, push that knee up into the hand. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, release the tension in the leg, breathing out, push that leg down further to the floor. So we're opening up that hip. Now leaving this hip down like that, we're going to slide this right foot across the leg so it touches the floor past my left leg. I'm going to put that foot on the floor and take hold of this right knee and pull that right knee up towards my left shoulder and stretching the bum here. Pulling that knee up, stretching it, trying to take it towards that left shoulder. All the time I'm pushing on the seat bone here into the ground. So I'm keeping my pelvis vertical. So try not to lean back on your tailbone. Try to stay up on your front bottom, pulling this right knee in and feeling that stretch. Now I'm going to turn my body round towards the right and I feel the stretch deepen in that glute. So this is a really good one for you, Marie-Claude. Really pull that knee up. So I want the stretch in the bum as opposed to in the back. Okay, release that leg. Take that leg back to the front and just let it do whatever it wants. Bring that left leg up, take hold of the foot, put that on that right knee. So my left leg is about 3 times the height off the floor that my right leg was. Hold on to the ankle and pull yourself up. Take the left hand on the left knee and push that left knee down, holding that chest up. So push that left knee down into as much stretch as you can. Then push the left knee back up into the hand. Okay, Mum, you're on your right leg there, so make sure you do both legs. My right leg is straight and my left knee foot is bent. Okay, push that left knee into that left hand. Breathing in, breathing out, release the push, and then stretch by pushing the left hand down further. So take the left hand and push that leg as hard as you can down to the floor. Hold it there. Now push that left knee back up into the left hand. Keep the body vertical, so keep the chest up, keep on that middle bottom. Breathing in, breathing out. Release the push of the leg, but push the hand and make that leg go further to the floor. Breathing in, push the knee back up into that left hand. Resisting with the hand, shoulders back and down, body up straight. Breathing in. Breathing out, release the push, and then lengthen that leg down to the floor by pushing on the left hand. Okay, one more. Breathing in. Push the left knee up into the resistance of the hand. Breathing out. Chest's up, head's up. Breathing in. Breathing out, release the push, and then lengthen that leg down to the floor. Lengthening that left leg down. Okay, resting the left leg like this, slide it across the body so the foot comes to the floor, the other side of the right leg. Take hold of that left knee and then bring it, draw it up towards the right shoulder. Pushing the left buttock into the ground. Just pulling the left knee up towards the right shoulder. Feel the stretch through that left glute. Breathing in, breathing out. Now turn the body a bit to the left. Turn the body a bit to the left, keeping that left buttock hard into the floor. Feel the stretch through that glute. Feel the stretch into that glute. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Now you can add to this by holding this leg here. You can push the knee into the hand. We didn't do it on the other side. You can push the knee into the hand here. And then release the push and pull the knee in closer towards that right shoulder, holding it there. You can push that knee into that hand. Breathing in. On the out breath, release the push, pull that knee further in towards the shoulder. So you can do the tense and release stuff and then let go of that leg and you gain more elasticity. Soften those knees, give those legs a wiggle. And then turn those feet towards each other, letting the knees drop sideways. Hold on to the shins and walk those feet up towards your pubic bone. Holding onto your shins. Lift that chest up. So we lift that chest up so we're on that middle bottom. Push with the elbows onto those thighs and lean the body forward. So we're leaning the body forward, we're stretching those inner thighs, pushing with those elbows, chest up, Jane, chest up, Mum, pushing on those elbows, getting those thighs to the ground, breathing in, breathing out. Right, hold those knees down with the elbows, but now push the knees into the elbows. So you're tensing those inner thigh muscles, trying to squeeze those knees back together towards each other. Holding them here, breathing in. Breathing out, release the tension and push those legs further to the floor. Breathing in, push those knees into those thighs into the elbows. Breathing in, breathing out, release the push and lengthen those legs further to the floor. Push those thighs in towards those elbows. Chest up, good. Chest up, Mum, good. Breathing in. On the out breath, release the push, lengthen those legs to the floor more. So you relax the leg and you push on the arm to get the leg to open more. Okay, release those legs, lift yourself up nice and tall and gradually slide those feet away and bring those legs to straight in front. Hold behind the thighs, lift that chest up high and squeeze those shoulder blades together. Breathing in, breathing out. Pop those hands on the floor behind. Put those arms, straighten those elbows and push that chest forward. Breathing in, breathing out. Bring those arms up to horizontal. Collapse that back down to the ground. Lowering all the way down. Take those arms all the way over the head. Breathing in, reach those arms away. Breathing out. Bring those arms out, back down by your side. Bring that right knee in towards your armpit. All the way up to the armpit, stretching. Neutral spine, shoulders back and down. Tailbone down, lower back slightly lifted. Take that right leg over your body. Take your right arm away from you. Pushing that right arm away, turning the eyes to the right hand, bring that right knee to the floor. Breathing in, breathing out. Roll onto your left hand side and take hold of that right foot in the right hand. Roll the right shoulder up to the ears, back and down. Clench the tummy and keep that pubic bone forward and pull the knee back behind you. Pull that knee back behind. In that stretched position, push that foot into the hand. Just a 20% contraction, pushing that foot into the hand. Let that shoulder stretch. Breathing in, breathing out. Release the push, lengthen that leg behind. Let that shoulder release. Hold on to the shoulder, push the foot into the hand. Release, let that leg go further behind. And then let go of that leg. Relax and roll back onto your back. Bring the right knee in, bring the left knee in, lift the tailbone up off the floor, release. Bring the tailbone up off the floor, nose to the knees and release. Pop the right leg on the floor, let it go out straight. Pull that left knee in towards the armpit. Pull that left leg all the way over, all the way to the floor. Push that left hand away, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Roll onto that right hand side. Put the right arm under the head and take hold of the left leg in the left hand. Roll the shoulder up to the ear, down and back. Engage the shoulder to just hold it and then push that foot into the left foot into the left hand. Push that left foot into the left hand, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out, release the push, release the shoulder and lengthen the foot and the hand away behind the body. So make sure you've got a real stretch at the hip. So my foot is not on my bottom. My foot is about a foot away from my bum behind. Push that foot into the hand. Push that foot into the hand again. Breathing in, breathing out. Release the push. Lengthen that leg behind again. Stretch through that hip. Lengthen that shoulder. And then release. Let go of the leg. Roll back onto your back. And we just loosen that lower back up again. Bring the right knee in. Bring the left knee in. Hug those knees to the chest and release that lower back. Hug those knees to the chest, release the lower back. Hug the knees to the chest, bring the nose to the knees and release. Take those arms out like a scarecrow. If you can, have your feet about knee height off the ground. If you feel worried about your back, put your feet on the floor and we're going to drop the knees to the right. Eyes are to the left, stretch through that lower back, breathing in, Breathing out, and then we're going to bring those knees all the way up and drop them to the left and turn the eyes to the right. Push those knees down, pushing those hands away, breathing in, breathing out. Bring those knees back up and then hug them into the chest again. Lift the tailbone up and release. Lift the tailbone up, bring the nose to the knees and release. Take those arms up to the sky. Take them all the way over the head, keeping those shoulders back and down. And then extend the right leg so the toe touches the floor. And then the left leg so the toe touches the floor. And then straighten those legs out straight. Reach those fingers away from the toes. Lengthen, let that back arch up. Stretch through that lower back. Flatten that back into the floor and make sure all the ribs are on the ground. Lower back slightly lifted. Bring those fingers to the sky. Breathing in. On the out breath, chin into the chest and roll yourself all the way back up. Keep those arms horizontal to the floor. Keep those arms horizontal to the floor if you can. Okay. Lift those knees up and pull forward onto the front bottom. So we're staying vertical, mum. Staying vertical, arms are horizontal. Pull forwards onto your front bottom. Breathing in, breathing out. Try to glide forwards, pulling with your heels. So you're bending that hip joint by using the muscles. And then you're going to open the hip joint by leaning backwards. Chests up and upper back open. Pull through the heels and lean forwards over those toes. Good. And then leaning back. And then leaning forwards, reaching forwards. And then reaching back. And one more, reaching forwards. Chest up, and then reaching back, chests up. And then sit yourself vertical. So that should be easier. Put the hands on the floor. And then turn yourself over onto your tummy. Turn over onto your tummy. Forehead on the ground. Forehead on the ground, arms down by your side. Just get yourself so you're nice and level. Toes pointing down, toenails down to the floor. So starting at the bottom, clench the bum, push the pubic bone into the ground. Tighten the thighs and lift those knees. Point those toes and lift those knees and feet off the ground. So you're a torpedo. Draw in the tummy and lift it off the floor. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky and down towards the waist. Push the head away from the toes. Lengthen the body, push the fingers away from the top of the head. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift those arms to the sky for 5, 4, 3, push the head from the toes, 2, 1, and release. Relax everything. Breathing in. Clench the bum, push the pubic bone into the floor. Tighten the thighs, lengthen those legs, point those toes, make them really straight. Draw in the core, rest on the bottom ribs, stretch the head away from the toes. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, down to the waist, and push those fingers away from the head. Breathing in. On the out breath, pulse those hands to the sky for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them up. Breathing in. On the out breath, pulse the arms up for 3, 2, 1. And release everything down to the ground. Breathing in, clench the bum, push the pubic bone in the ground, lengthen the legs, point those toes, roll those shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, push the hands down and push the head away. Draw in the core, lift the tummy off the floor and pulse those arms up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them high. Push the head away from the toes, push the hands away from the head. Breathing in, pulse the arms up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them here. Lengthen the head away from the toes, push those fingers away from the head. Pulse those arms up for 3, 2, 1, and release. Bring those arms up so the fingers are level with the eyes, elbows are by your waist. Breathing in. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Push off those forearms. Clench the bum, lengthen the legs, draw in the tummy and lift onto the bottom rib. Open that chest. Breathing in, breathing out. Squeeze those shoulder blades together and push that chest forward. Good. And then release. Laying down to flat. So my forearms and hands and elbows are on the ground. Breathing in. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky and down. Push the head away from the toes. Lengthen those legs, clenching the bum. Pubic bone in the ground. Knees and feet are off the floor, drawing the tummy. Breathing in. On the out breath, push off those forearms and lift that upper body up, resting on the bottom rib. Breathing in. Breathing out. Now take those forearms off the floor and lift them level with the body. Holding with your bum, clench with your bum and your upper back muscles. Rest those forearms back on the ground, lift the body a bit higher. Lift those arms and forearms off the ground, good. Really lift with those back muscles, Jane. Holding, lengthen the head from the toes. Bring those hands back on the floor, breathing in. Breathing out, bring those arms off the ground. Lengthen those feet away, good. And then release everything back down to the floor. Breathing in, breathing out. You've got to deserve your swim, mum. Breathing in, breathing out. Clench the bum, lengthen those legs away. Lift the tummy up. Push the head away from the tailbone. Push those shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky and down. Lengthen the head away from the shoulders. And then push off those forearms. Lifting onto those bottom ribs. Open that chest. Really open it. Right, we do 3 more arm lifts. So breathing in. On the out breath, lift those hands and arms off the ground. And then place them back on the ground. Lift the body a bit higher. Draw in the tummy. Lift those hands and forearms off the ground. Rest them back on the ground. Lift the body a bit higher. Clench the bum. Lift those hands and forearms off the ground. Don't push off your tummy muscles. Keep it strong. Let the hands back on the floor and then lower all the way back down to the ground. Breathing in, breathing out. Keep your forehead on the floor. Clench your bum, lengthen your legs. Breathing in. On the out breath, tummy lifted. Lift those hands and forearms up off the floor. Pull the shoulders down away from the top of the head. Lift those hands up higher for 3, 2, 1. Hold them here. Push those arms straight in front of your body. Bring those elbows back down towards the waist. Push those arms straight in front of the body. Bring those elbows back down towards the waist. Push those arms straight. Bring those elbows back and rest the body down. Breathing in, breathing out. Roll over onto your side. Roll over onto your side. So taking those arms out away from the body. So I'm on my left side, so the underneath leg is straight. Bring the top leg over, slide the foot under the knee. Take both hands away from the body, rest the head down on the floor, breathing in. On the out breath, bring that top arm all the way up. Keep the hips still and let the arm open. Bring that shoulder all the way down to the ground. Trying to turn the eyes around to the right hand, to that extended hand. Pushing those hands away, pushing the shoulders down to the floor, and then bring those arms back together, breathing in. On the out breath, take that top arm over and open. Bring that arm all the way back and close. Take that arm all the way over and open. Bring that arm all the way back and close. Take that arm all the way over and open. Taking the eyes to the floor. And then bringing that arm all the way back and closing. Now take that arm just up into the sky. And then let that arm, keeping my eyes to the left hand. So I'm keeping my eyes to the front, just letting that left arm stretch backwards behind, but not turning the body. Moving the arm up, moving it down, moving it up, feel the stretch in the chest. Moving it up, moving it down. And then bringing that arm back over to the front. Make those fingers touch each other and take the fingers of the top arm all the way on the floor, up over the head, around behind the body, and down to the leg. Up over the top of the other hand, all the way up above the head on the floor, as much as you can, all the way around, over the leg and back to the other hand. Good. Okay, resting that left arm under the head. Unravel your legs and stack them on top of each other. And bring that right knee up into the sky and lower. Up into the sky and lower. Keep the torso still. Lift that knee up. Lower it down. Lift it up. Lower it down. Lift it up. Lower it down. Again. 2 more. Good, 1 more. Keep it in the sky. Keep it up high. Now we take that whole leg up and back. Lengthen the torso and keep neutral. Up and back. Back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it in the sky. Straighten that leg. Take that leg backwards and forward. Backwards and forward. 4 and forward. Clench the bum. 5, 6, 7, 8. Bend the knee. Pop it down on the other leg. Lift this knee up and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it high. Pulse it up and back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet together and lower it down. Good. Okay, swivel over onto the other side. Swivel over onto the other side. So underneath leg is straight, top leg is hooked over under that bottom leg. Both arms perpendicular away from the body, stacked on top of each other. Bring the top arm all the way over and all the way to the floor behind, reaching those hands away from each other. Trying to get that shoulder on the floor, the top shoulder on the floor, trying to keep the top knee on the ground, trying to turn those eyes to that hand. Bring those hands back together. Open those hands up. Reaching, turning the eyes as well. Bring those eyes back. The eyes follow the top hand. Taking those eyes all the way open. Bringing those eyes back together. Taking those eyes all the way open. Reaching those fingers away. Breathing in. Breathing out. Bring those hands back together. Stacked on top of each other. Bring that top arm up to the sky. Don't turn the body. Let that arm lay back behind you. Don't turn the body. Swing the arm up towards the head. Lower it to the bum. Swing it to the head. Lower it to the bum. Swing it to the head. Lower it to the bum. Bring it all the way back to the other hand. And then trace the fingers on the floor around the top of your head. All the way around, trying to touch the floor. All the way around the floor, over the leg. Back to the hand in front. All the way up, over, all the way around. Back to the hand in front. Bend the underneath arm, support the head. Untangle your legs and stack them on top of each other. Bring that top knee up and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up at 1, pulse the leg up and backwards, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it high, straighten that leg. Take it back for 8, 7, 6, clench the bum. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees, stack the legs, lifting up for 5. And down, keep the body still. 4, keep the torso stacked. 3, 2, hold it up at 1. Take that leg backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet together. Lower that body down, those legs down. Take those legs out straight and roll yourself back onto your back. Take those arms all the way over the head, reaching and stretching. Bring those arms all the way up to the sky. Pop them on the floor beside you. Lift, pushing the elbows in the ground. Lift that back up and come onto the top of your head. Breathing in. Breathing out, push off the elbows, lift that chest higher, push those feet away, breathing in, breathing out, push that chest up higher, squeeze those shoulders between you, towards each other behind your back, breathing in, breathing out, lower your body down to the floor, bring that left knee in, bring the right knee in, hug those knees to the chest, lift the tailbone up and release. Bring the knees to the chest and bring the nose to the knees and release. Knees to the chest, nose to the knees and release. Take hold of those, let go of those legs and bring that upper body all the way down to the floor with the arms coming over the head, shoulders back and down. Breathing in on the out breath, drawing in the core and lowering the right leg to the floor. Touch the toe on the floor and the left leg, toe hovering on the floor. Focus on neutral spine. All the ribs are engaged, lower back slightly lifted. Lengthen those legs away, releasing the hip flexors, but keeping the core strong. So you open the hips, but you keep the neutral spine protected. Breathing in on the out breath, slide those knees back up to the sky and the feet back to the bum and bring the feet off the floor. Bring the hands up to the sky, nose to the knees and crumple up in a ball again. Breathing in. On the out breath, hands over the head, head to the floor, open the upper body, shoulders back and down. Drawing in the core, releasing those toes down to the ground, either one at a time or both together. Releasing the hip flexors, lengthen those legs out straight, doing them together. Holding the core and keeping that neutral area supported. Breathing in. On the out breath, hands to the sky, chin into the chest. Roll yourself all the way up to sitting. Soften the knees and pull yourself right forward onto your front bottom, holding behind your shins or your calves. Really pulling forwards and pushing back in that lower back. Let that head come all the way down. Breathing in. Push the right knee down, push that left knee down. Lift yourself up nice and vertical. Let those legs come relaxed, put the left hand on the right knee, right hand behind, lift and turn around to the right. And then put your right hand on your left knee, your left hand behind and lift and turn around to the left. Come back to the center. Pop those fists on the floor behind your bum. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Lift up that chest. Pull the toes to your nose. Push those toes away. Pull those toes to the nose. Lift that breastbone high. Let the hands off the floor. Slide the fingers along the ground towards your feet. All the way up in the sky and above your head. All the way around in a circle. Touch the floor. Bring them all the way forward, all the way up into the sky. Leave them in the sky. Push those fingers up, push that
Excuse
chest
me,
up.
Emma, I'm going. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Jane.
Bye.
Lift those fingers up to the sky, lift that chest up. Big breath in, tighten those thighs. Big breath out. Release those hands all the way wide. Rest them on your legs and roll your shoulders.